Mary, what have we got in front of us today?
It's a battle of the 1924.
All right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be putting head to head our last year's first release of Old Forester 1924 against the one we just picked up recently. That is this year's 1924. Mary, you pour this one and I'll pour this one. For those of you unfamiliar, 1924 is by Old Forester, and it has a 10-year age statement. And when it first came out, it was a once-a-year release.
Bottle kill?
Bottle kill. It was an annual release only. And we picked this one up and really enjoyed it. Now, this one we just recently picked up right before Spillway. We picked up at a shop in Jackson, Mississippi, and it was for MSRP. So I was like, yes, it must come home with me.
I like MSRP.
I do too. Now, the thing is, how consistent is Old Forester being with their 1924, and is it worth the money? If I recall correctly, I paid about the same for both of these, around $130. So not bad. All right, let's start with last year's 1924, the glass on the right. Very nice coating on the glass, decent color. Expected a little bit darker for a 10-year.
They're about the same color.
Yeah, and these are bottled in bond. These are 100 proof each. So I'm sure there was probably quite a bit of water added to it, which makes up for the light color. All right.
And they're both 100 proof.
Yes, they are.
It's kind of ethanol-y.
Almost like a Sharpie.
Kind of. It kind of burns my eyes a little bit.
Yeah. First pour.
This one's going to aggravate my my dry eye.
Oh. All right. On the nose, I'm getting a little ethanol, a little bit of a Sharpie note at first, but it goes into
there is a brown sugar in
there. Brown sugar, vanilla creaminess about it. Some floral.
It's just a little strong on the nose.
Yeah. Well, let's see if it transfers to the palate, shall we?
Sure.
Way different on the palate. It is slightly drying. I am getting a rich, creamy, buttery mouthfeel to it. The brown sugar and vanilla definitely comes through. Definitely, I'm getting a hug. For 100 proof, it usually doesn't happen, but on this one, I am getting a hug.
I didn't get a hug. I held it in my mouth a lot longer, but I'm getting like a butterscotch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it, butterscotch.
And on the finish, it went from kind of soft to a little harsher on the finish.
Mm-hmm.
But that candy note is in the long finish.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's good.
I would say worth the $129.
Yeah, around $129.99, so $130.
It's a good pour.
First sip. Let's try second sip.
I just want to hold that in my mouth. On the mouth, it's a craft caramel.
Yeah, definitely caramel with that vanilla influence. Very creamy, buttery type coating.
In the finish, it's a Werther's Hard Candy Original butterscotch.
Yes, it is. But man, for 100 proof, this thing, the finish just stays with you.
My mouth is tingly.
Mm-hmm.
And I get just a little bit of heat right at the back of the throat, but I'm not getting a hug at all.
Yeah, I didn't on the second sip at all.
That first pour thing.
Yeah, first pour of the day. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. All in all, yeah, very, very much worth the $129.99 price tag on it.
You know what you forgot?
Well,
our water. We've got to cleanse our palates.
I'll be right back.
Mm.
All right.
Excellent pour.
Yeah, and the whole time until I took the water, I was still tasting. The finish was still going. All right. Let's jump into this year's 1924 and see if it measures up to the first edition 1924. All right. Looks slightly darker. The coating on the glass is very similar. But then again, Old Forester is known for being a very consistent product.
I don't get the ethanol in the nose on this one.
I'm not getting that little bit of Sharpie either.
Mm-mm.
I am getting some brightness, some fruits, like some stone fruit, red fruit.
Get like a plum.
Yep. Still getting the vanilla and the brown sugar. Maybe a little caramel.
It's kind of like a plum butter on the nose.
Now going back into it after I swirled it a little bit, I'm almost getting a fig note, like fig jam. Let's try it on the palate.
I said like a banana butter. Not banana butter. Apple butter.
You said that too.
Hush your mouth.
All right, I'm going to put whiskey in my mouth.
Do that.
Fairly similar, but different. To me, this one's richer. It's got a little more boldness to it.
This does not have the burn that last year's did.
Heavier viscosity, but this is a fresh crack. This has been open for quite a while.
But man, the coating on this is beautiful. The notes on this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't quite pinpoint it after the cleanse. So I got to try again.
Oh, yeah. Hey, for science. Getting that dark cherry, dark red stone fruit, buttery, almost that Werther's original that you were talking about.
I'm getting on this one a cherry cobbler.
Yeah, but I'm definitely getting the caramel. It's a buttery caramel.
There's definitely some butter notes to it. It's This one's creamier on the mouth. The other one was creamy, but this one's got just a little bit more.
And this one has that distinctive cherry note.
Yeah, I'm getting like a cherry cobbler on the second one, where the other one was straight up candy.
I know how I would vote in this battle.
I kind of like the first one a little better.
Well,
they're both equally good.
They're both really good.
But I kind of prefer a little sweeter notes. And with my heat, I like that sweet heat thing going. And this one's not as hot as last year's was. This one's a little bit more milder. But it does have great notes with that cherry, because cherry's my favorite fruit.
I'll say this. Now I'm getting a little cinnamon.
Second to apricot. I have to correct myself.
I am getting a little cinnamon in there as well. I'd say this. I'd have to call a draw, because very similar, but yet very distinctly different. Now, I did hear through the grapevine that production is really ramped up on the 1924, and that in the very near future, it is going to be joining the likes of the 1870, 1897, 1910, and 1920.
Nice.
So we're looking at a shelfer. So The price is still going to be higher because you are dealing with a 10-year age statement. But to have accessibility to something like this, as long as they continue down this path, I'm going to be a buy, even at 130.
Now, I have tried the 1920.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of other reviewers are talking about the 1920. It's a lot easier to obtain.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's got very similar tasting notes to these.
It is. I'd say it's actually darker, richer, because this has been proofed down. If I remember correctly, the 1920, maybe like 115 proof.
I think it is a little higher proof. But I want to say it drank a little bit more like this when I tried it. But, I mean, for the price, there's nothing wrong with the 1920.
Not at all.
The 1924s are a little bit harder to come by, but we refuse to pay secondary. So if we find it, so at MSRP, anytime anything's offered at MSRP, it's worth the chance. If
it's coming home with us.
If it's in your budget, never blow a budget for a whiskey. With this one, it's been more cherry forward. I think I would pair it with one of my Sweet Jane, the cherry flavor ones. But with this one, with it being more of that candy flavor, I think I would pair it more with one of my vanilla. That would really bring out that butterscotch flavor. And both of these are more dessert to me. But in both of these, there's a commonality to it, to where it's really sweet and all. And I want to put something to pair savory, kind of give me my yin yang. And I can't think of anything better than a brisket that I've had out on the grill and just slow cook.
All I know is if it's a crisp fall or even winter evening, a hearty beef stew with this would be wonderful, with the carrots and the potatoes and
I could
the
see
peas,
that, because there's
with that rich
sweet
gravy.
and savory.
It'd be a sweet and savory combination. I think it would go well. As far as pairing it, I have a new favorite cigar I've been enjoying quite a bit. It's the M by Macanudo. It's the espresso and cream, and it's got the two-tone shaded wrapper.
So you would pair that with a coffee note?
I think it would actually go extremely well with it. I think it would help balance, and it would bring out more of that caramel cream flavor. The coffee would, because I'm detecting a slight chocolate note, but on this one with the cherry note, that chocolate and cherry, I think would just be really good. That's
kind of where I was going, but because the Sweet Janes that I have kind of that chocolate cherry combination in the cigar. And I guess that's why I thought about that with pairing.
That would be my pairing on that one. All right. If you guys have had both of these, comment down below. Let us know. And we need to talk to you for a brief moment. Shall we move? All right. We have been blessed. We are very close to reaching our goal of 100 subscribers on this channel. And as a way of saying thank you to our whiskey family and friends that have joined us on this journey, we're doing a special giveaway. This is a store-picked Buffalo Trace. And once we hit and surpass that 100 subscriber mark, we are going to give away, not a sample,
whole bottle.
The whole bottle will be for one lucky viewer. Once we hit that milestone, there will be a video that'll come out, and you'll have a chance to enter to win. Continental US shipping on us. But if you are interested in this right here, a lot of our friends out of our area have a hard time getting their hands on regular Buffalo Trace, much less a store pick. Make sure to keep an eye out for when we hit that milestone, we will put out a special video outside of the Tuesday, Thursday releases that we normally do. And we will run something special, maybe even a duck race. Why not?
Those are so much fun.
Yeah, we had such a positive response for the horse race. I think a duck race, would be excellent. So if you guys like that idea, if this is something you would like to have, drop us a comment down below. And make sure that you are liked and subscribed. The algorithm's saying that over 87% of our viewers, and there's a lot of you out there, are not subscribed to the channel. Well, why not Why not join the family and come on board?
Please support us, because we could really use your support.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate the support for everybody that has subscribed, but why not join in on the fun and get a chance to win a bottle? And I think we're going to close out like we usually do.
We only have this one live.
So make it about family, good friends, and great whiskey. So until next time,
our friends. Cheers.
Cheers.